Hey there, this is Carlos. I'm a software engineer. I have a bachelor degree in computer science, and I've been sharing with you all my learning process that I've been having here. I'm consulting different companies, small and mid-sized companies, on the cloud, on the new era of this cloud and AI. I'm specifically working with a lot of vendors working migrating the data processes that they have and the web services that they have from on-premises data center into Azure. And I can tell you from experience that this is a pretty important topic that we need to address. And the only reason I'm going to talk right now is because I'm writing a post specifically about this, but I think it's such an important topic that we need to talk right away. I have my notes here. I don't even start writing the post because but I still want to talk to you right away because I think it's a pretty important topic. So today's topic is about cost effectiveness of your new solution on cloud. The important thing to understand here is that from my experience, what I'm seeing is that yes, cloud providers give you a lot of tools, give you a lot of services to be cost effective, give you a lot of SaaS tools for you can improve your speed when you're developing, but mostly all the processes and companies are doing that I'm been working on and not totally doing it right. Let's put it that way. And the main reason is because it's hard. It's hard to understand all these services. They are not a lot of them are new. They have a lot of new features every day, so you can follow all the services at the same time, all the new features at the same time. So the speed of improvement for each services on Azure and AWS, which I've been working more often, is pretty amazing. There are a lot of tools. Yes, there are a lot of tools. Those tools are amazing. We have a lot of things that we can accomplish there, and there are a lot of people that are pretty good with these new cloud services. But the main problem is small and mid-sized companies. A small and mid-sized company, maybe they don't have the money. They don't have the financial disposition that they need to get the right people to understand these services. So before that, before cloud, let's talk about a little bit about in general how on-premises processes were built. You have you have a small team, few persons there. Basically, you create a few set of services, set of maybe you have one team for the backend side, you have one team for the front end side, and the communication between these two teams was pretty smooth, right? But now things are getting complicated in this side. So we are going to talk about the first issue that I'm seeing right now when developing cloud provider is about the wrong team structure. I don't have any notes here. Everything that I'm telling you right now is from my mind, from my experience. I hope I can structure these ideas better and I can put it away for you in a better video. But I feel the urgency to share this with you today because it's pretty important, and we're affecting companies, the financial side of the companies. I think it's pretty important to understand how important cost effective our solution needs to be. Because if we are spending too much money that we can spend, then what we should have left for innovation, right? So, and I think that's the main topic I'm trying to talk to you about, this cost effectiveness of the solutions that you have. So first, let me repeat the brown team structure. This is one of the main issues that we have. Before we were having the small teams working on a monolithic application. Communication, synchronous communication was pretty much the common pattern. Was pretty easy to make the use cases understandable for everyone. But right now it's not the same thing. So the problem that we have right now, for example, in few of the companies that I'm seeing, is that we have different teams. Those teams are stuck of tasks to do from different set of teams. So every team have like a queue of tasks that they can accomplish because they have so many things to do for different different teams. So when you have the mid-sized company, you have You have maybe the data engineer team. You have the front end. You have maybe the back end that is working on assignment. You have the API guys in a different team. Maybe you have DevOps is trying to fix everything for everyone. You have the SRI team, the senior, the reliability team engineers. From the other side, you have the IT, you have security. You have a lot of teams to just come for one. So you have a lot of teams just to have one, maybe just one use case outside. So I'm seeing that this is costing a lot of problems on the management side also, because management does not know how to effectively handle this type of situation. And this is pretty important to understand that at the end, if you're spending more time on things that you can, you don't, you shouldn't, so you are spending more money. And no one is aware of this, or at least a lot of people that I've been talking about. Maybe you are aware, and if you are aware, just share it here. Let me know your thoughts here. If you like it, do the thumbs up or thumbs down. But the pretty important issue, the main issue, the wrong team structure is something that is hard to fix. That's one of the reasons I put it on the first place, because changing the structure of the team, sorry, for most of the companies is pretty hard. They've been developing with the same team structure for years. And now that you say, hey, the first thing you need to address here is the team structure. So you need to improve your team structure in the way that you can increase asynchronicity on the communication and you can increase the speed. Okay, so and now I'm talking about the second issue that I'm seeing a lot about asynchronicity on the communication. So before that, before cloud on-premises solution were built, as I said, in just a few small teams, a few small developers. The communication was easy. All the scrums meetings was easy to handle, but now we have a lot of threads from different places that to handle at the same time. And concurrency, when you have a lot of threads, is complicated things even in communication with people. So yeah, if you change the team structure, maybe your synchronicity and communication will also change. But you need to include on top of that other tools. You need to include on top of that the ability from each team to connect between other with the needs for a meeting, for a specific team chat, or maybe email. So you need to have a way to push every needs that every team has in a way that no one needs to be connected through a meeting or maybe just behind trying to write or answer a team message. This is pretty important because at the end it's just this time. I'm seeing a lot of teams working, just having meetings and chats in the day and trying to work at night because they can handle all these type of threads and requests from different places just in order to develop what they need. Number 3. So no advanced developer on specific services. This is pretty important. A lot of developers that I know has a lot of certification. This is pretty cool, pretty great, but a lot of developers, they don't know how to develop this type of process, these solutions with this type of services on Azure or maybe on AWS. So they start doing what they can without the previous preparation. And on my opinion, when you're developing on cloud, you need to be super aware of what you're doing, because you are not developing having in mind the architecture, maybe on the cost effectiveness and the security side of the services. And there are so many components that you need to understand before you just push an actual function to outside. It's just incredible. So an actual functions has, imagine that you need to configure, let's say that you have a process that just get the data from one place and push the data to a REST API. So you need this actual function maybe hosted on a web service. In that web service maybe need to be secured, monitored. You need to also integrate key value. You maybe need to integrate app insight for the monitoring. Let's talk about Azure. So you need to integrate maybe I don't know, a subnet, specific subnet with some specific firewall configurations, that you need to do a lot of stuff and you need a lot of different teams just for this simple application. It's just a serverless event application that push data from one place to another. Okay, so it's pretty important that you address this and use. If you start developing and using cloud solutions, you start reading. Go to Microsoft Learn and AWS architecture places. Those two sites, you don't need any other site. In my opinion, those are the best web pages for learning clouds right now. AWS and Microsoft Learning places. Go there, please. Start to improve your skill on the cloud, how to and start somewhere. Someone asked me, hey, but where start? We have so many services. Start where do you think you can start? If you like actual functions, if you like the I don't know, serverless architecture, start there. Start on logic apps, actual functions. If you like the integration part, you can start with API management. You can start with understanding this, how service brokers works and those type of services. But stand somewhere and start preparing yourself for the solution you are building, because do care if you're spending more money than you need to spend on building and doing things that you can do better, then you are hurting innovation, right? So yeah, let's go to the topic number 4. I'm trying to hurry up a little bit when talking because I don't have too much time. I have a meeting in just a few minutes, but I think this is a pretty important topic that I want to address today, as I told you. And yeah, number 4 was no architecture at all. Let's talk about this issue. Okay, what I was thinking here. Okay, choosing the wrong architecture right away. A lot of people, a lot of processes will build with the wrong architecture on the data centers. And on the data centers, on the on-premise data centers. And I can tell you for a fact that a lot of solutions are built in the wrong way on cloud also. So because media is everywhere. And in the media we have, in this type of solution on the cloud, we have a lot of microservices architecture. Let's be honest, microservices is hard to do. I'm going to do another set of video only on microservices, but microservices is hard and it's complex. And it's just resolving a problem that maybe you don't have. If you don't have the problem of scale or scalability, you don't need microservices. Start with monolithics application, start pushing your application. When you see the boundaries that are of that application on your services are pushing harder, so you start scaling that same monolithic application. This is my opinion, by the way. So you start with monolithic applications. You start with monolithic application on the cloud, maybe on the virtual machine, maybe using containers, maybe using AKS. No AKS, this is too much for monolithic application. App service, whatever, man, whatever. Just start with monolithic application if your application is new. If your solution that you're building is new, if you are starting more than, you don't need microservices to scale something that doesn't have the amount of requests or the throughput that needs to be addressed at that moment. So that's my opinion. I always start with monolithic. After that, I start trying to scale vertically or horizontally if I need to. And after that, I start to segregating the processes in different applications. And after that, when the things go more complex, I start thinking to push everything to microservices. When you use microservices, you need to start seeing, hey, you need to start listening, and you need to start with a different set of thinking. I will suggest you to use DDD, domain-driven design. You need to understand the boundaries, the bounded context that evolve. You can design your components pretty easily. So there is a more complex topics here that I don't even understand completely all of them, to be honest. I understand mostly all of them, but it's pretty hard. It takes time to test all these and what is worked really for each type of application. And we have a lot of type of application that we can develop today. And I can tell you, anyone, not even those guys that are expert on microservices, I can tell you for a fact that those guys, they use microservices for a specific type of solution, but not for everyone. So every solution has its own challenges. and has to be addressed in a different way. But the main thing here on number 4 issue that I am seeing a lot that is causing a lot of companies to not be cost effective as they think they are being is this: they're using the wrong architecture, in the wrong moment. So okay, let's start with number 5. So let's continue with number 5. No PMS that know how to handle so many teams and so many user story, tasks, and personnel in different places. Yeah, this is pretty true. Let me know your thought, by the way. I think project manager is challenged right now. So if you're working with a complete team, if you are migrating all your solutions to the cloud, I'm working with some companies that are doing this right now. It's hard. It's hard to put all the threads for different places in the same dashboard, to be honest. But the opinion here, how you fix it, I'm trying to give you the problem that I'm seeing and how you can resolve it, right? Because I think it's the right way to do it. You say the problem is this, and this is how I think you should be resolved. Might be right or wrong, that's up to you. But from my experience, this is what I think is right. I'm pushing you the content on this video for you can let me understand better if I'm right or wrong, right? So yeah, use DevOps. Use DevOps. I like to use DevOps on Azure. I try to track all as much as possible as I can, and I use a lot of the dashboards, the metrics, and the sprints there, the different views where you can configure the backlog, the task, the tasks, so the task view for each sprint. Yeah, try to improve. If you are a PM, a project manager, try to use those type of tools that will help you coordinate so many people for so many places, and go there and read the information that this tool has, because there's a lot of information about how you can track a lot of things. I don't even finish to read all the information about Azure DevOps only. But I know it's pretty good information that you will learn a lot of things there, how you can handle, how you can create your metrics, how you can create your threshold, and all those type of things. And number 6. Well, number 6 is I want to finish with number 6 because it's the main reason I'm doing this video today. Not a single person, not a single company that I'm seeing right now is evaluating the cost side effective of each solution. So maybe it's because I'm in a different level on the companies that I'm be working on. I can be true, maybe, but I can tell you for a fact that when you develop this type of application that using teams that I used to develop on-premises solutions in a different way, mostly of them, they still don't know how to develop cost-effective solutions on the cloud. So they don't know how to selectively use the right services and the right architecture components for your application being more effective on the cost side. I'm not going to talk about the security issue. I'm not going to talk about other issues that I'm being seeing, because I think these 6 are the most important that I want to address with you today. Stay tuned for more videos about this. I'm sharing a lot of what I'm learning on computer engineering of my life. So you will see mostly all of my life in YouTube. And the main reason I'm doing that is because I want you to see how we can improve together and how we can become a better software engineer and a better person, a better scientist. So stay tuned. I'm Carlos, senior software engineer, more than 10 years on this space. I love it. I love innovation. I've been in this industry since I'm a kid. My dad is also a software engineer. And I love it. I love to share this knowledge with you. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your opinion. Let me know here in the comments below. And see you in the next video. Bye.